So we covered a few aspects of orientation in our last session, which we took why we should do Bhakti Sastri. But since all devotees were not there, we will recap it briefly, and we'll also understand the little bit of norms which we should take care. And we'll also discuss what we are expecting out of this course. So we'll start. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
So welcome to the Bhakti Shastri course. And this course has been originally designed by Mayapur Institute. And then we had some modifications through Ujjain. And we are running this course from Avanti Institute of Higher Education. Avanti is the Vedic name for Ujjain. And as you know, Ujjain is known for studies. Krishna Balaram came here to study. And this place has its own significance. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati himself told that Ujjain should become a place for study. And he also told that we should have a Tridandi ashram in Avanti, where devotees will preach Krishna consciousness. So we are doing this under Avanti. And as we do, we start all courses by little introduction of all the members. So we'll request all devotees to introduce them. You can note down, we'll mainly expect 4 points: your name, when you came in contact of ISKCON, not how you came, otherwise it will become a class. I know it's a favorite part to tell how we came in Krishna consciousness. Like I remember one time we were in US and we were traveling for long distance. And when Mataji was driving us, but she was feeling very sleepy. We tried everything, and it so happened that only she knew driving. 2 of us were sitting, we were not knowing driving. So we tried everything. We gave her water, we gave her little prasad, we gave her everything, but she's still feeling sleepy. We told Mataji we can stop and we can rest for some time. She knows, no, we have to reach back home. What to do? Then we asked her, Mataji, how did you come in Krishna consciousness? That's it. Now all sleep has gone. She started speaking and we reached to our temple, and after reaching temple also she continued for 1.5 hours. So like that is a favorite part. So we are not expecting that, but just when you came in contact with ISKCON and your current service in the community of devotees, whatever little service we are doing, you can share that. And most important part, what is your favorite prasad item? You have to name one specific item of prasad, and you should not repeat. If somebody has spoken already that particular thing, you should tell something else. So favorite item of prasad. Now we should not put philosophy here. No, Prabhu, prasad is Krishna and we should not have distinction. Still we have some favorite items. So we should mention that name and we should not repeat. Okay, so you can take screenshot what 4 things we have to do. And let's start. Should I go alphabetically or you want to raise hands? Let's go alphabetically, because then somebody will escape in raising hands. So Arun Chandra Prabhu, let's start from Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. So, so you already said my name here. It is Arun Charan Das. And so I came in contact with Krishna consciousness in 2015 when I was in Germany. And right now I'm a resident in Indore. My favorite prasadam item is Puran Puri.
Wow.
And I like to make it also very much.
Very good. Thank you so much, Arun Chandra Prabhu. Amit Prabhu,
Arun Charan.
Arun Charan Prabhu.
Yeah. No worries.
Amit Prabhu,
Hare Krishna Babu, Dandavat Pranam. See, I am in Krishna consciousness since 2012, and my name is Amit Sharma, and my favorite prasad is khichdi.
Hari Bol. Amit Prabhu runs a center in Gurgaon. He is managing that center and they're very fired up in preaching there. So thank you so much, Amit Prabhu.
No, it is run by Giriraj Prabhu. We are just assisting Giriraj Prabhu.
Hari Bol. Amrita Mataji. Oh, there are two Amrita Mataji, it seems. Amrita Moti Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
As you already said, I'm Amrita. My favorite prasad is paneer, and I've come in contact with ISKCON in 1990.
Wow. Thank you, Mataji. And
Hare
paneer,
Krishna.
paneer pakoda or paneer bhurji or paneer sabji or
Paneer sabji.
okay, paneer sabji. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mataji. Now I can see three names: Amrita, Sarva Seshti, and Sachin. You're together?
Pardon?
Yeah, I can. Next one, I can see three names: Amrita, Sarva Seshti, and Sachin Moti. They're together.
Sarveshti, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we are one family. My
Okay.
husband, my daughter, and I myself.
Okay, great. And you are based in Mauritius?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Anupama Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, my name is Anupama Sharma. You know me, I'm from Amit Prabhuji's house. I'm in Krishna consciousness from 2000, almost 12 or 13. And my favorite prasad is Katel.
Patel, wow, jackfruit.
Yeah, yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhupada appeared in this world under jackfruit tree. So auspicious. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Let's go down. Bhanumati Mataji. Bhanumati Mataji. You can unmute.
Yeah, sorry, sorry. Hare Krishna to all devotees. Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. I am Bhanumati Dasi from Mauritius. I joined ISKCON in 1994. And my favorite prasad is Ma Prasad made from milk.
Milk sweets, milk products.
Yeah, milk sweets. Yes.
Krishna also like milk products. When Krishna appeared in the jail of Kansa, so he told Vasudev that you take me to the house of Nanda Maharaj. So Vasudev told, why Nanda Maharaj house? I can drop you to anybody's house where you'll be safe. He said, no, Nanda Maharaj is 9 lakh cows, 900,000 cows, and I'll drink milk. I'll become so powerful that I'll come back and kill Kansa. So that was Krishna's choice to go to Nanda Maharaj. Thank you, Bhanumati Mataji.
And here also is Krishna.
Huh?
Here also is Krishna Balaram Prabhu.
Yes, yes. I had fortune of serving them.
That's why I got his mercy.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Okay. Bhutua Keegan Sharma. I don't know if I am reading it properly.
I'm Vishal from Mauritius.
Hare
I
Krishna.
have come in. You hear me?
Yes. Did I pronounce properly your name?
Yeah, it's a bit mixed Hindi and English.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. I have come into contact with Krishna consciousness in 1993, and I do service in festival organization at the temple, Krishna Bala Mandir, Mauritius. And my favorite prasad is pulao.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay, then Chayatrani Bundhu.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
So I am Chaitrani Bandhu.
Chitrani.
So
Okay.
I came in Krishna consciousness last year. I've always known about the movement, but I had been taking my time to join because I had been doing my studies. And then after COVID, I wondered, what if I left my body? I wouldn't have started my journey. I would have wasted this lifetime. So I thought I have to start my journey as soon as possible. And actually, when you were showing the slides, my internet went down. I've just logged back in. So
Okay.
I know that I have to, the third point is my current service in ISKCON.
Yes.
So right now, I am at Sri Rukmini Dwarkadish temple at Triolet, that's in Mauritius. And my services are helping in Rajbhog, helping in Sunday feast. And on Fridays, I have night cooking and undressing. And then whichever service is required.
Very well.
And I mean, wherever we can help, whatever is required, wherever we can help. And I don't know what's the last point.
Your favorite prasad item.
Anything that is in Mahaprasad. There's no favorite.
That will
Anything.
not work. You should quote one name, at least.
At least, so I would say kheer.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Chetan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Please accept my humble obeisances. Yeah, so my name is Chetan, and I came in contact with ISKCON when I was a kid, but I took up practice in 2005. And I have a very small service. On Sunday, there's a Sunday school for kids, so I give a helping hand teaching the kids in that Gurukul Sunday school. And my favorite prasad item is banana curry, green banana curry.
Okay. Yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu liked that one. It's called Kacha Kela. Chaitanya liked that. Thank you, Prabhu. Dheeraj Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, devotees. I am Dheeraj from Mauritius. My name is Devadi Das. I joined this movement in 2000 and I have some services at the Krishna Balaram Mandir, cleaning, especially cleaning. And my favorite prasad is halwa.
Haribo. Thank you, Dheeraj Prabhuji. Then next, Jagat Ambika Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna all devotees. My name is Jagat Ambika Devi Dasi. My parents had already joined ISKCON long before we were born. So I'm born in ISKCON, trying to become devotees. And my current service is not at temple, but doing transcription for my Guru Maharaj. And my favorite item is sweet rice or milk products.
Sweet rice, milk product, both are covered, Mataji.
Okay, so I can say biryani.
Okay. Biryani, pulao,
Thank you.
others, but still it's fine. Thank you. Keshav,
Hare Krishna.
Keshav Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. My name is Keshava Priya. I've been introduced to ISKCON from when I was 9 years old, but I only took initiation last year. Basically, the current service that I'm doing for ISKCON is book donation of books and distribution of books. And my favorite prasadam is Simply Delicious.
Oh, simply wonderful. The coconut balls? That one?
Yes, simply wonderful. I thought it's simply delicious because it is delicious. And I'm from South Africa.
Prabhupada gave the name that is simply wonderful. And Prabhupada
Simply
said,
wonderful.
devotees are simply wonderful. Krishna is simply wonderful. ISKCON is simply wonderful. And then devotees said, Srila Prabhupada, you are simply wonderful. So that's how the suite got the name, Simply Wonderful.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Kripalu Keshavi, Mataji. Please unmute.
Yeah. Is it okay?
Yes.
Is it okay? Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhu. I joined ISKCON in 1985 when I was really depressed, and a devotee used to come at my place to sell books and agarbatti. So he saw me in a very critical position, and he asked me whether I know ISKCON or whether I chant mantra. So I say, I don't know anything. So he regularly comes at my place. It is Adhiraj Prabhu, he is no more now. And so since that time, I began to chant, and it has helped me a lot. So till now, I am a devotee now. And and my favorite prasad is Mangal Sweet.
Before even I was born, you became devotee.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. And let's go to Pritama Mataji. Pritama Mataji, please unmute. Pritama Maitram.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Yes, my name is Pratima Maitaram. I am from Mauritius.
Oh, I misspelled. Sorry.
I joined ISKCON in 2006 by the mercy of Sanjay Das Prabhuji. And my favorite prasad is kachori. And my service is backup from Krishna Balaram Mandir.
Thank you, Mataji. And we had a wonderful time in your association.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Venudhari Prabhu is also with you?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Guru Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandat Pranam, Shabad ki jai.
Jai Shri Prabhupada. So, Venudhari Prabhu, what do you like the most?
I like all the Mahaprasad. All the prasads are favorite to me.
Some specific item?
Rasgulla.
Wow, that's good. Thank you, Prabhu. Then Radha Chandrika Mataji. This particular activity is very important. This particular activity is very important because if you see in our scriptures, even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we find whenever devotees meet, it's important to introduce them to all the community of devotees. Very important aspect. When devotees used to come to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to introduce them to the local devotees and introduce local devotees to the guest devotees. It's a very important aspect of Krishna consciousness because we are in personal movement. We are not impersonal movement. So if we know each other in the next few months when we are doing this Bhakti Sastri, it will be easier because there will be many teams, we'll be working into groups, and we should also have some habit of speaking. So at least we start today with that. So yes, Mataji, sorry, I interrupted.
It's all right, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. I'm Radha Chandrika Devi Dasi. I joined ISKCON in 2002, and my favorite prasad is Rasmalai.
Thank you, Radha Chandrika. Hare Krishna. Then Vaishnavi Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna all devotees. I'm Vaishnavi Priya Devidasi. I joined ISKCON in 2002. The service I do actually at temple is gift shop and transcription to my Guru Maharaj. And my favorite, it's not dish, prasad is kachori. Thank you. Hare
Your favorite
Krishna.
prasad is?
Kachori.
Kachori, wow. It's Prabhupada's favorite. Prabhupada Prabhupada said one time, like sunflower, you have seen sunflower? It always see towards sun. So in Hindi, the name of sunflower is Suryamukhi. Suryamukhi means who always look towards sun. Prabhupada said his mother used to call him Kachori Mukhi because he would always look towards how I can get kachoris. It's Prabhupada's favorite. Thank you, Mataji. And Moksha Rupi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandvat Pranams. Myself Mohit Jindal from Gurgaon. My initiative name is Moksha Rupi Das. And I joined ISKCON 6 years back. And regarding the current services, under the guidance of Giriraj Prabhu, I am running a children's classes, online classes. Plus, recently we had started an offline batch, Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vriksha batch in our house.
Yes.
And Prashadam, the most items has been already been spoken, and you are instructed not to repeat that. So,
you can tell something else. So many varieties of prasad.
Yeah, it's chole.
Okay, and that's easy. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Then Narmasita Mataji. Namrasita, sorry. Namrasita.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranams. Prabhuji, my name is Neha Jindal. My initiated name, we just recently got initiated by His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj in Gurgaon itself. And myself and my husband Moksha Rupi Das is running online classes for kids. And as he just said, Bhakti Vriksha class at home. And my favorite prasadam is Kadi rice.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Nishtha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Hare Krishna to everyone. So Prabhuji, I'm Nishtha from Gurgaon, and I came into contact with ISKCON regularly last year only, and my favorite prasadam is Rajma rice.
Rajma, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank
Hare
you, Mataji.
Hare.
Ravi, okay. Rasamrit Prabhu. Rasamrit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Hare Krishna to everybody. So my name is Rasamrit Das from Mauritius. I do backup service at Shri Krishna Balaram Mandir every Sunday. My favorite prasad is biryani.
Biryani. Okay. Biryani already taken, Prabhu. Sorry.
Oh, so it's jackfruit.
Jackfruit also taken.
So it's,
you can tell you some fruit, favorite fruit.
Grapes.
Grapes, good. In spiritual world, Srimati Radharani cooks for Krishna. And an interesting thing is, she never repeats any dish. Every time she cooks new dish for Krishna. And this is going on for eternity. Now, how we can understand is beyond our capacity. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Sheetal Mataji, no, sorry, Diya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My name is Diya and I joined ISKCON in 2016. And our service, I usually help in the kitchen during festivals as helper. And as prasad, I like rasmalai.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. Shailaja Pyari. maybe you have to unmute. It's okay. We'll come back. Then Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. My name is Sri Radha Kripa Kataksha Dasi. I was born in Krishna consciousness. My current service is kirtan and sometimes dramas and decorating in the temple room. And my favorite prasad is lassi.
Lassi.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Very good. Srinjay Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu obeisances of the Prabhupada. I joined ISKCON in 1989. At the present moment, I'm the director of ISKCON Public Relations of Mauritius. And my favorite prasad is samosa paneer.
Hare
Samosa.
Paneer samosa, that's good. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare.
Shrutidhar Krishna Prabhu and Braja Sevika Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna everyone. I'm Shrutidhar Krishna. I joined the movement and I had the inconceivable good fortune to join the movement through my parents, so since early childhood. And I serve at the Sri Panchatattva temple in the deity dressing department, Srila Prabhupada dressing department. I'm also the Sunday feast coordinator, and I also serve as the temple secretary. And my favorite prasadam is pasta prasadam.
Pasta, Jai.
Yeah, Italian.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna all devotees. So my name is Braj Sevaki Dasi. I joined ISKCON in 2019. And my current service is I clean and arrange the jewelries for the Sri Panchatattva deities at the Sri Panchatattva Mandir. And my favorite prasadam is fruit halwa.
Fruit halwa, okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Sudevi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dana Pranam. Hare Krishna to all the devotees. My name is Sudevi Dasi. I joined ISKCON in 1992. I mean, I knew ISKCON from 1992, but I joined full-time as full-time devotee in 1993. So my service, I had a lot of service, but for the time being, due to health problem, not serving at the temple. I have duties at home, so I serve them. And my favorite prasad is dal puri.
I was missing that for so long, and nobody told that. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Usha Mataji. Usha Mataji, yeah.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna to all devotees. I joined ISKCON in 1995, and my favorite prasad is aloo paratha.
Aloo paratha, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
I may not remember the name, but I'll definitely remember the prasad item.
Okay.
Shelja Pyari, you want to speak?
Hare Krishna. My name is Shelja Pyaridasi, and I joined ISKCON in 2010 when I was 11 years old. And my favorite prasadam dish is pani puri.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So next, Varad Krishna Prabhu. Please unmute.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
So I came in contact with ISKCON somewhere in 85, 86, but I got initiated only in 2011 in Ujjain. And well, my favorite fruit is mango.
Mango, Haribo. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Vidur Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna to you, Prabhuji. Thank you for starting the course first. So my name is Vidura Das. So I joined ISKCON in 1995. My current service is preaching to the Bhaktivedanta College of Education and Culture. And my favorite dish is lasagne.
Oh,
lasagne, the 3 layers there.
very good.
Yes,
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vinodini Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam. I'm Vinodini Priya Dasi. My main service of temple is garland making for Sri Sri Radha Golokananda. And I joined ISKCON in 1999. And my main favorite prasadam item is Sandesh.
Sandesh. Wow.
Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
And we have Vyasadev. Vyasadev Prabhu, the compiler of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Myself, Vyasadev Das from ISKCON Ujjain. I joined ISKCON in 2009 during my college days. And currently I'm serving as a manager of administration in Ayurvedic clinic in ISKCON Ujjain temple. And my favorite prasadam is pineapple butter halwa.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees. Did I miss anyone? Did I miss any devotee?
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna devotees. Dhanyavad Pranam. Jai Shri Prabhupada. I myself is Shastri, Sati Sufi, Patni Rasamrita. And we joined ISKCON after 2015. We serve at Shri Shri Krishna Mandir. And my favorite prasad is pizza.
Pizza. Okay. Hare Krishna. That was,
Yeah.
we just took it today in lunch. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anyone else we missed? Okay. So let's continue. It's very nice to know all the devotees. And I'm sure in your association, we can study Srimad Bhagavad Gita and all the different scriptures through this course. This course is a Shastric course. There are so many courses. There are vegan cooking classes, there are yoga classes. There's so many courses in the world. There is even one course in America, how to take your pet in morning for the nature's call. That is also a course. But we are not into any bogus course like that. We are in a very authentic course, Shastric course. As we know, we will read in Ishopanishad also, but I'm sure all devotees know this. There are 3 ways of gaining knowledge. First one is Pratyaksha Praman. Pratyaksha. Aksha means eyes. Pratyaksha means what you see from eyes. Seeing is believing. That is the very basic way of acquiring knowledge. But we see that not that whatever we see is truth. Like when we see in a ocean, in Mauritius very common, if you go to a beach, you see the ocean and you see the sky and ocean are meeting at some point. But does it ever happen? It never happens. we see that sun is just like a round disk, small disk. But sun is not that small disk, it's very big. Sometimes we see in desert, there is some water, but that is not water, that is mirage. So seeing is not believing, therefore Pratyaksha Praman is not that bona fide. We will discuss this in detail in Isha Upanishad. Then second aspect, second way of knowing things are Anuman Praman. Anuman Praman means guesswork. Maybe it's like this or maybe like that. Suppose you are sitting in your room and from the next room, there are some noise of fighting. Now you are sitting in a Bhakti Sastri course, you can't go away. So you started to think, oh, maybe my family members are fighting. That is the sound. Oh, no, maybe they're not fighting. They're practicing for a drama. Maybe they're doing rehearsal for a drama. And then finally, after class, you went there and to check what is the noise. There was no drama practice. There was no fight. They were television. They're watching television. So guesswork may not work always. It's also not a very bona fide way of knowing things. Best way of knowing things is, as Prabhupada used to say, Shabda Praman. Shabda means sound. When we hear from someone who knows the subject matter perfectly, that is the perfect way of knowing things. Like we all have learned alphabets. Our mother has taught us, father has taught, teacher has taught us. Okay, this is A, this is B, this is C. That's how we learn things. So that is Shabda Praman. So the Shastras give Shabda Praman. The scriptures are like mother. Prabhupada used to give a simple analogy to understand this. These analogies are very important. They are very powerful for two reasons. First is, they increase our faith in the philosophy because we understand philosophy very nicely through analogies. And secondly, they are very helpful in our preaching. So we should remember all these analogies, especially what Prabhupada gave, they're very powerful. So Prabhupada gave a simple analogy. If a child wants to know who is his father, there are two ways of knowing who is his father. One is, he can go around in the whole world and check who is his father. Maybe he can do a DNA test. But just to do DNA test of all the men on the globe, it will take hundreds of years. It's not possible. And then also you will get many people who have a similar DNA. Not possible. Simple way of knowing who is your father is, go to your mother and ask, Mother, who is my father? The mother will tell, okay, this person is your father. In the same way, scriptures are our mother, Veda Mata. Veda means scriptures. They are called as our mother. So just like mother tells who is our father, scriptures tell us who is our ultimate supreme father, Krishna. Therefore, studying scriptures is the perfect way of knowing things. Therefore, the Shastric courses are very important. Srila Prabhupada incorporated 4 courses in ISKCON. These are the 4 main courses which Srila Prabhupada told devotees to take the course and study scriptures deeply. First course is Bhakti Sastri, which we are starting today. Bhakti Sastri has 4 books. We will discuss that. But this is, like Prabhupada said, entrance course. This is an entrance course. And once we do Bhakti Sastri, the second course Prabhupada inspired devotees to do was Bhakti Vaibhav. Bhakti Vaibhav deals with first 6 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. As we know, Srimad Bhagavatam has 12 cantos. So the first 6 cantos means half of Bhagavatam is Bhakti Vaibhav. Then the third course is Bhakti Vedanta, which means the rest 6 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam. So by the time somebody does Bhakti Vedanta, he completes the basic books and Srimad Bhagavatam studies. And Prabhupada told, my all disciples should be at least Bhakti Vedanta. And then Prabhupada gave one more course, Bhakti Sarvabhauma, which includes Chaitanya Charitamrita also. So like that, these are the courses Prabhupada designed. There is a little letter from Srila Prabhupada. Let us read it. Can I request, let me see who will read. Nishtha Mataji, can you please read the letter?
Bombay, 10th January 1976. My dear Sarvarupa Damodar, please accept my blessings. I beg to thank you for your letter dated December 26, 1975, and I have noted the contents carefully. Your plan to have the Bhakti Vedanta Summer Institute in one of our farms is a very good idea. Brahmana means Pandit. Therefore, I'm suggesting examinations, Bhakti Sastri, for all the Brahmanas based on Bhagavad Gita, Sri Ishopanishad, Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, and all the small paperbacks. Bhakti Vaibhav, the above plus first 6 cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhakti Vedanta, the above plus cantos 7 to 12, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhakti Sarva Bhuvama, the above plus Chaitanya Charitamrita. These titles can correspond to entrance, BA, MA, PhD. So just consider how to organize this institute. At Mayapur, we shall finalize everything. Hoping this meets you well, your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Prabhupada.
So this is not the single letter, but in many letters Prabhupada mentioned about these courses. And he was very particular that his devotees do these courses because our movement is a preaching movement. This helps in our preaching for sure. And also Krishna consciousness is very close to Brahminical culture because currently we are serving the deities, we study scriptures, we chant holy name. We are not going to fight with other empires like Kshatriyas, or we are not going into trade and things. Of course, we do business and we do jobs for maintaining ourselves. But when we talk about core Krishna conscious activities, they're very close to Brahminical qualities. Therefore, this course helps us to deepen our understanding of the Shastras. Also, the course in itself or exams in itself inspire us, or if I would say, force us to study Srila Prabhupada books. And if at all we become habituated to read Prabhupada books, that will be lifelong asset for us. Now, on the pretext of the course, we may study the books. But in this course, if we have this habit, if we get this habit of studying, that's the best. Therefore, this course is very helpful. Now, in Bhakti Sastri, we study 4 books: Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, and Sri Ishopanishad. As we know, Srila Rupa Goswami is one of the chief disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Rupa Goswami wrote many books. Actually, all Goswamis wrote many books. Jiva Goswami, who is the disciple of Rupa Goswami, alone wrote 400,000 verses. Can you imagine the amount of literature he has written? Bhagavad Gita has how many verses? How many verses are there in Bhagavad Gita?
700.
700. Now, imagine 400,000 verses means, you can have how many Bhagavad Gitas? Maybe 1500, 1600 Bhagavad Gita. So, this many verses only Jiva Goswami wrote. Then other Goswamis separately. So they have written so many books. And some of the books were so esoteric, they thought that nobody can understand them. So what they did, they gave those scriptures samadhi. If you go to Madan Mohan temple in Vrindavan, you will see Grantha Samadhi. They have given samadhi for these scriptures. But Srila Prabhupada selected two books, mainly from the Goswamis, which are very, very important for our Krishna consciousness. First is Nectar of Instruction. Generally, instructions are not very nectarian. If you instruct somebody too much, if you give them suggestions, people don't like generally. But these instructions are nectar because they connect us to Krishna. Krishna is the source of nectar. Krishna is the ocean of nectar. Krishna Karuna Sindhu. He is the ocean of compassion. He is the ocean of nectar. Also, these instructions may not be very nectarian in the beginning, as in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, but maybe they may appear poison in the beginning, but nectar in the end. So this nectar of instruction is for the beginners, as Prabhupada say. The Nectar of Devotion is very important book again. It deals with Abhidaya, how to practice Krishna consciousness. All details are given. So we will go into the details also. Nectar of Instruction has 11 verses, 11 chapters. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu or Nectar of Devotion has 51 chapters. But in Bhakti Sastri, we only do first 19 chapters because the later chapters are quite it's for quite advanced devotees. And in Bhakti Sastri, the syllabus only deals with first 19 chapters. Ishopanishad is having 18 chapters. This is a very important Upanishad. As we know, there are 108 Upanishads. And Prabhupada chose only Ishopanishad because this Upanishad is very important for the practice of Krishna consciousness. It has 18 chapters. We will read all of them. We'll cover Ishopanishad also. And then there is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, as we know, has 18 chapters and quite detailed. Prabhupada gave a detailed commentary on Bhagavad Gita. So we divide Bhagavad Gita into 3 modules. 6 chapters, 6 chapters, 6 chapters. So we will be reading Bhagavad Gita, studying Bhagavad Gita in 3 modules. Now let us discuss some norms that we should take care during the class. Of course, all devotees here are, in the movement from long time, but still as a part of the course, we are just discussing the classroom behavior. So I will request devotees to read one by one. They can quickly unmute and read the point. So, Namra Sita Mataji, can you read the first point?
We will raise hands to contribute.
Yeah. You can read the first point and then devotees can raise hands also. The first point you can read. You read the second point.
Oh, sorry. We will be present for the entire course wearing Vaishnava's dress.
Wearing Vaishnava dress is very important because this brings the consciousness in Satoguna, and also although we are meeting on Zoom, but we should feel that we are together, so that entire practice of attending the class doesn't become very diluted. Therefore, we request that devotees apply tilak and they wear proper Vaishnava dress and then they come to the class. So we feel like it's a sincere, serious business. We don't take it too lightly. Okay, so as Mataji also read, we should raise hands. So yes, you all can raise hands, those who want to read. And that's the way we will practice in the future also. If you have questions, even between the class, you can raise the hand and we can address. You don't need to wait till the end of the class. If you have anything, any question, if you're not understanding anything, any point needs more clarification, you can raise hand in between the class itself and then we can address to it. Okay. So Shri Radha Kripa Kataksha Mataji, please read.
We will refrain from side conversations.
Yes. So the third point is we will value student contributions. And fourth is, which Mataji read, we will refrain from side conversations. Both are important. We should value others' contribution. When others are speaking, we should listen to them. This is a very important aspect because we are here students. Although we may be knowing a lot, but when we hear from others, we may add so many different values in our Krishna consciousness. So we should hear others and value their contributions. And then we should not do side conversations. Of course, this generally happens in offline classes where inside is this keeps on happening. The devotees speak in each other and this side commentary is going on. We don't do that. And in online class also there are chats and there are so many other features. Please avoid that so that we remain attentive in our class. Okay, Shalya Pyari, please read 5th and 6th.
We will refrain from making and receiving mobile phone calls during class, and we will observe confidentially within and without the classroom.
Yes, this is again very important. In previous times, in Vedic times, there's description about fasting. You all also do Ekadashi fasting. What we do? We fast from grains. But Bhakti Sastri requires different kind of fasting. We should fast from our phone during the class. So please don't use your phone because it's an online class. We don't know. You're using your phone, replying. Sometimes, you are on the laptop and then you minimize the Zoom and you complete your office work. See, we will not get the benefit for which we are here. So we should do it very, very seriously. We should not use these gadgets. Okay. Who raised hand? Okay, Rajat, Rameshwar Gaurang Prabhu, can you read?
Point
Please
number
unmute,
7.
Prabhuji. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Am I audible, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Norms for class behavior. Point number 7. We will refrain from borrowing strength from status or position.
Yes. Because I joined movement 2 months before you, I should speak first and you should speak later. We should not do like this. No. Because I manage the Sunday feast and you just manage the prasadam in the Sunday feast. So you are junior to me. So my point is more important than your point. We should not do like this. We should not borrow strength on the basis of our status or position. No. I have a big house and you are renting a room in my house. So you are poor. I am rich. So you should not be speaking. I should be speaking. These things we should not do when we are in a Vaishnava community, especially when we are student. So we should avoid that. Jagat Ambika Mataji.
We respect the right of the individual to withdraw without stating reasons from any exercise which makes them feel unduly uncomfortable.
So this is an important point. At the same time, we should not take it as an excuse. Like sometimes we may have an activity, we may make some teams, and maybe some member may tell that, no, I'm not comfortable in speaking, and I will give you the points. You can speak. So we always make a spokesperson from each group, and they speak on behalf of the team. But we should not take an excuse always that, no, I will never speak. At the same time, we don't force also. If somebody doesn't want to speak, it's okay, it's up to them. But if we participate, we learn more. So we have to have balance. We respect people that, okay, if they don't want to contribute, if they don't want to speak, it's fine. But at the same time, we don't take it as an excuse. The more we participate, the more we learn. So we should have balance for both. Thank you, Mataji. Vaishnavi Priya Mataji, please read.
Or we will confront issues or behavior, not people.
Yes. Suppose we have a debate exercise, or if we have a discussion or whole class discussion or some exercise like that. And when we start, Rameshwar Gaurang Prabhu, he always does like this. he's bringing this point because I had fight with him, and therefore he wants me to beg forgiveness from him, and therefore he's sharing this point. No personal things like that. We don't attack people. See, when somebody is speaking something, his thought, his view, his understanding may be incorrect or correct, but we don't target people when we speak. So when we speak, we should tell very humbly that I don't completely agree with what is presented, and what I understand is this. So everybody can present their points, and they can confront the misunderstandings, and they can confront the wrong points quoted, or wrong verses quoted, or wrong interpretations quoted, but they should never attack each other. So we practice that also. Okay, somebody else would like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Can I read?
Aksharupi Prabhu. Yes, please read.
We will each honor any agreement reached.
You can read the rest, all three.
Okay. 12th point, please keep video on throughout the session for Zoom. And last point, 13th, attendance can be noted anytime during the session, so mandatory to be present in the whole session for assured attendance. Zoom.
Okay, so these are some points for Zoom. First thing is, we request devotees to switch on their videos. There are many reasons for it. First reason is because when the speaker speaks, he doesn't feel that he is giving a radio program. You understand, a radio program? In radio program, you don't know who is listening to you. So it's become very impersonal. When we see people, when we see their face, we understand, okay, they're nodding, or they're not nodding, or they're smiling, or they're becoming angry, or they're pulling their hairs, what they're doing. We understand that. So their video helps the speaker. And for students also, it helps, because when we switch on the video, we become conscious. We don't just, take a burger and start eating, or we, start to side talk with our friends. We don't do all this. Or, somebody is dozing off, while listening to class, he is in his blanket and hearing the class. So we become more serious when we are cautious that, okay, everybody is watching me, my video is on, and I'm taking the notes and everything. So we become more attentive. Now, an interesting thing about attendance. Attendance can be taken. I will be taking the screenshot of the classroom. I can take screenshot anytime during the session. So now, suppose somebody joined in the beginning for 15 minutes and then he disappeared, and I took screenshot in 16th minute of the class. So his attendance is marked as absent. Suppose somebody attended 2 hours of class. He just left 1 minute before we closed, and I took attendance at the last of the session. He will be marked as absent. What does that mean? We request devotees to be present from the beginning till end, so that your attendance comes in proper shape. Later on, you may see that, oh, I was in all classes, then also my attendance 50%. Why is that? Because maybe you joined late, or maybe you went for a break, or maybe you left earlier. So that can be a possibility. If at all there is some urgent work, you can send me a message on personal chat, and then we can consider that. And as per the genuine reason, we can consider that attendance. So that is fine. Now, let us see what Srila Prabhupada speaks on the classroom norms. Shrutidhar Prabhu, can you read?
Just like if you enter into any educational institution, if you don't surrender yourself to the rules and regulation of the institution, how you can get advantage of the knowledge imparted by the institution?
Yeah, there is more. Okay. Please read.
Everywhere, wherever you want to receive something, you have to be controlled, or you have to be surrendered to the rules and regulation. If you do not follow the rules and regulations of this class, it is not possible to receive the knowledge. Bhagavad Gita 7.2, San Francisco, September 11, 1968.
So we see how Srila Prabhupada emphatically told how we should be surrendered if we want to gain the knowledge. And Arjun also surrendered. He was a friend of Krishna, but until he became completely surrendered, and then Krishna started to give him the knowledge. In the same way, whatever system we have created, like there is some attendance protocols, there are some classroom norms, there are some assignments. If we take care of them, we will be the beneficiary. We will get the benefit. So this whole course is designed so that we learn Bhagavad Gita, we learn Prabhupada books more deeply. And if we want to take full benefit of it, we should follow all rules and regulations. Now, what do you hope to achieve by studying Bhakti Sastri? What is the expectation? Let us hear from a couple of devotees. You can raise hands. What do you expect out of this course? Devotees can raise a hand who want to speak. What exactly you expect? Yes, Arun Charan Prabhu.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, Prabhuji. Sorry. So, what I am expecting is to actually, the purpose of me learning Bhakti Shastri is to learn those scriptures, understand those scriptures more in a detailed way. Because the number of times I've heard Bhagavad Gita lectures and the number of times that I've gone through these lectures, I will still say that not all everything comes in a clear picture. Not everything gets so very clear. So, but my purpose of attending Bhakti Shastri is to understand these scriptures in a more detailed way. As we know that we have to attempt some tests for this course, and for those tests I have to remember some shlokas. I have to remember a lot of things, which we can say that those are technical in Krishna consciousness. So it is also very helpful when I'm preaching to quote those shlokas.
Yes.
So like what my expectations in a very core, concise way is that I want a very detailed study, a thorough study of those scriptures.
Thank you, Prabhu. So Arun Charan Prabhu mentioned that how the expectation is we study the scriptures deeply, and also we equip ourselves with different shlokas and analogies and philosophical understandings so that we can enhance our preaching skills. So preaching application as well as our personal understanding of the scriptures. Anyone else? One more devotee we can take. Anyone else would like to speak? Okay, Keshav Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I think I would like to apply everything that that we learn into our lives, and maybe we'll become better Vaishnavas.
Yeah, that is another aspect that we apply. This is personal application aspect of the scriptures. One is preaching application, one is understanding of the philosophy, and one is personal application, how we apply the teachings of scriptures in our life. So when we will get assignments, you will see there will be category of the assignment. Some assignments will be understanding, some assignments will be preaching application, some assignment will be personal application. So all these are different aspects of learning the scriptures. Srinjay Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhupada used to say that, I'm sorry, when you're preaching and you became authoritative, so you have to quote, just like a lawyer, while defending a case, he quotes so many examples of so many cases. So while you are preaching, you in between you quote all the verses that became very authoritative and a great impression to the audience.
Yeah. Yeah, Srila Prabhupada emphasized that whenever we speak, we should back up our words with scriptures. We should back up our words with shlokas. And Prabhupada told that our devotees should learn shlokas just lawyers. They know perfectly where in constitution, which which clause, which article, where it is written, they quote and they speak. One time Srila Prabhupada was in a program and he told one of his disciples that she knows whole Ishopanishad. And Prabhupada was telling that, my disciples so learned, they know whole Ishopanishad. And this was a Pandal program where thousands of people were sitting. But this Mataji only knew 3 verses, first 3 verses. She was not knowing whole Ishopanishad. But Prabhupada is speaking in front of so many people. And she said, my disciples, they know whole Ishopanishad. This lady, she will recite whole Ishopanishad now. Now this Mataji is terrified because she was only knowing 3 verses. She was not knowing the whole Ishopanishad. So she went on the mic and she was trembling, and Prabhupada said, don't fear, continue, speak. So she recited the first verse and people started clapping. She recited second verse, the people were appreciating. She recited the third verse, and then inside she was wondering, my God, I only know 3 of them. What I'll do? Prabhupada want me to recite whole thing. And she was thinking that now I will just fail Srila Prabhupada. But as she completed the third verse, Prabhupada said, that's all right. They understood, the whole thing. So Prabhupada wanted these devotees to learn whole thing. But even then, if we at least get to learn few important verses, it will very much help in our preaching. Like when His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj first time went to the ISKCON temple, one American devotee, Raghav Pandit Prabhu, was giving class in Mayapur temple. And he gave class on Bhagavad Gita and he quoted a couple of verses from Bhagavad Gita. And Maharaj got impression that, look, this American devotee, he knows whole Bhagavad Gita. Although he quoted 1 or 2 verses, but he got impression, see, he's so learned, he knows whole Bhagavad Gita. Later on, he came to know, no, the devotees, they know few important verses and they use in their preaching and they impress people. It's very effective also. So yes, that is also one of the objectives. Let us see what Prabhupada says. So, Kripalu Keshavi Mataji, can you please read? Please unmute.
It's okay?
Yes, please read.
Aims of Bhakti Sastri. I think you may have already heard that in January of 1970, we will be holding an examination among all of our students on this book. And those who will pass shall be awarded with the title of Bhakti Sastri. With these examinations, I wish to encourage all my disciples to very carefully learn his philosophy of Krishna consciousness, because here are so many preachers required to bring this message to all of the corners of the earth. Letter to Mahapurush, Los Angeles, 7 February 1969.
So Srila Prabhupada's expectation is we learn philosophy very carefully, and so that we help in the preaching mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let us see one more quotation from Srila Prabhupada. Diya Mataji, can you read?
Yeah.
After the student studies the Vedas and is a master for some time, at least from the age 5 to 20, he may become a man of perfect character. The study of the Vedas is not meant for the recreation of armchair speculators, but for the formation of character. Bhagavad Gita 8:28 purport.
So the first aspect which we read in the previous quotation was for preaching application. And this quotation of Prabhupada from Bhagavad Gita 8:28, Prabhupada says this is for the formation of character. We are studying the scriptures so that we reform ourselves. There has to be some change in our life. The positive change should come. So our character should be formed on the basis of the Shastric studies. So these values which we learn in Bhakti Sastri is to help us to understand and appreciate the mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada. What he exactly wants. He is our Acharya. What he wants from the members of the society, we understand through the study of his books. Now let us see the assessment. We shared this previously, but just revising it quickly for those who were not there last time. So the main aspect of Bhakti Sastri assessment will be on the basis of open book assignments. These assignments will be provided to you way in advance. Like I will be sharing the first assignment tomorrow, and you will get to submit this assignment on 1st of March. So you'll have 5 weeks to write this assignment. And this is, as the name tells, this is an open book. You can refer to Prabhupada books. You can refer to the study material, which I sent on the group. I sent one Google Drive folder. You can refer to the books there. You can refer to Google. You can refer to the lectures of different devotees. And the passing marks are 50%. At least you should get 50% in assignments so that you pass. Otherwise, you will be requested to resubmit. And we will have a special session on how to write assignments. So we will tell how to exactly write assignments so that it will be easier for you to write the first one. And once you get habituated, it will be easier. So we will have total 5 assignments in Bhakti Sastri in the whole course. Then there will be closed book assessment. I will share that in the student handbook also. We have a small question bank. We will discuss most of it in our classes. And you will, if you take proper notes of the class, you don't have to study separately for closed book assessment. Everything what we discuss in class is the syllabus of exam. And these exams are very simple, multiple choice question. There will be question, there will be 4 options, and you have to choose the right one. So we will also have a demo of it. Again, I will show in the student handbook. Then the best part, memorization of the verses. So as you must have seen, I have shared few verses in the group, and these verses only will be the part of exam. So what we will do every day before starting the class, we will recite these verses together. So that will help us to have the perfect pronunciation. That will help us to remember the translation, so that in your own time also you can remember. But when we come together, we will recite them together. So we become habituated to these verses, and it will become easier to remember them. Now the last thing is attendance. Of course, here it is written temple program because it's for offline devotees, but attendance in Zoom will be counted also. At least you need 75% of attendance, and 5% weightage in the final assessment will be for attendance. So this is the small bifurcation. Now, let me show you the student handbook and how to use the student handbook. I hope you all got the student handbook. Everyone got this? We have shared in the group, and because we are sitting remotely, we can't provide the hard copy, but it will be easier if devotees can print this. There are 100 pages, around 100 pages. If we can print it and do a spiral bound, or if some volunteer can do it for everybody, that will be easier. So this book will help a lot in this whole Bhakti Sastri course. So this is Prabhupada's favorite Athato Brahma Jigyasa. We should inquire about the absolute truth. Bhakti Sastri course student handbook is dedicated to Srila Prabhupada. Let us see the contents. So first of all, we have some quotes on Srila Prabhupada on Bhakti Sastri and the systematic study of the scriptures. Then there are aims for the course. There is an overview of the whole course. And then there is assessment, how the assessment is done, how there will be different assessments and exams of Bhakti Sastri. As we discussed, there will be 5 units. First unit will be Bhagavad Gita first 6 chapters. So tomorrow we'll be starting from Bhagavad Gita, first chapter. Second unit, the middle 6 chapters. Third unit, the last 6 chapters. These are the 3 modules from Bhagavad Gita. Fourth unit is Nectar of Devotion. And fifth unit is combined Nectar of Instruction and Ishopanishad, because they are small books. You combine them together in fifth unit. So these are 5 units. This all in your Bhakti Shastri student handbook. These are some quotes. Whenever you feel discouraged or you feel like skipping some class, please open the handbook and read one of these quotations of Srila Prabhupada. So you will never miss any class of Bhakti Shastri. Now, these are the 3 aspects: knowledge, skills, and values. As we discussed 3 quotations of Srila Prabhupada, first aspect is knowledge. We understand the scriptures. We recall, we memorize the verses. We understand the philosophy. We see the flow of chapters. We understand why Krishna told that, why Arjuna asked like that. We see the links. So all this is understanding aspect of the scriptures. Second aspect is skills. We enhance our preaching skills. We enhance our personal sadhana. So these are skills. And third is values. How we take these teachings in our day-to-day life, in our behavior, in our integrity, in our mood, in our qualities, in our culture. All these are the value aspect. So we will also go in detail of these few things. So now let us see the number of lessons. So the first unit generally take 12 to 18 lessons. I have shared the lesson plan for first unit on the group. You can refer to that. Mostly we follow that, but in case, you know what happens, sometimes there are more questions, so we cover less part, so we have to take extra class. Sometimes there are less questions, so we cover more subject matter in particular class, so it takes less lessons. So that depends on the students, how many questions come, how much time it takes for presentation and all. So generally it takes 12 to 18 lessons for first unit, and rest of the units are also described. So that is the schedule of units. Study materials, I have already shared a Google Drive folder, and I have shared few things there, like the 4 books. All these 4 books PDFs you can get in that folder. You will get the student's handbook in that folder. You will get this book also, Surrender Unto Me and Prabhupada's code book, in that folder. So this will be the basis of our studies. But in the course of our studies, if there will be more material required, I will populate that same folder and inform you that we have added more materials in that folder. How to use this student handbook? Let us see. We have discussed this. Okay, open book assessment, we have different session all together on it, how to write open book assessments. Okay, now these are the verses which we are going to memorize. It's all open, no secret. You don't have to memorize whole Bhagavad Gita. These are the verses which we will focus on and we will remember. You can start memorizing from today also, so that you will not panic when the exam will come. And as we discuss in beginning of each class, we are going to recite these verses. So it will be easier for you to catch. First unit, we have 12 verses. I have already shared on the group. Second unit, we have 14 verses. Third unit, we have 9 verses. Fourth unit is very merciful, only 4 verses. And fifth unit, we have 6 verses. So in total, by the end of the course, you at least have 45 verses in your memory, so that if you give a class, suppose you quote 45 verses, people will offer you full dandavat. So it's good enough for preaching. Of course, devotees remember more verses also, but this is just the bare minimum which is expected. Okay, coming to the unit 1, we'll start it tomorrow, but I'm just sharing the unit topics. Each unit has some chapters. Like tomorrow we'll start in unit 1. It has 6 chapters. Each chapter is also divided into subtopics, like what is Duryodhan's diplomacy, what are signs of victory for Pandavas. So we'll go all on details, but this student handbook is very, very important. So if you print it and keep it in front of you, you will have an idea what's going on, why we are doing particular exercise, which theme we are studying. It will be very pakka in your memory, and the student handbook will have very important role throughout the course. So now tomorrow we will be starting with our preface of Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada wrote a beautiful preface. So I will request a small thing before coming to tomorrow's class. I will request devotees to read two things. In Bhagavad Gita, there is one, setting the scene, and second, preface. I'll just request you to read these two things. They hardly have two pages, setting the scene and preface. So if you can read this before coming tomorrow, it will be easier to grasp the subject matter. And I am also giving the topic for first open book assessment. So devotees can take screenshot of the screen. You have to submit this on the 1st of March after 5 weeks. And we will have a separate session how to write this. We will help you how to write this assignment. Not exactly the contents, but we will tell you how to write, where to get contents from. So we'll facilitate that. But you can write this, you can take a screenshot of it. This is the first aspect, this is the first assignment which you have to submit. List 3 aspects of Prabhupada's mood and mission as revealed in the preface of Bhagavad Gita, and comment on the importance of these aspects for ISKCON. So when you read tomorrow preface, I shared this assignment beforehand because you have in your mind what exactly you have to get out of this preface. So when you read it, have this in mind. You have to understand what is Prabhupada's mode and mission and how you see the importance of the aspects in ISKCON. So this is our tomorrow's discussion, main agenda. So a small recap. Today we introduced each other, and we discussed what we hope, what we expect out of this course. We agreed to maintain the classroom norms, whatever rules and regulations we have discussed. We also discussed the aims of the course, how the 3 main aims. One is knowledge, one is skills, and one is values. So we discussed a little bit about that also. And we also saw an overview of the course units, contents, assessment procedures, and student handbook. So with this, I end. Anybody has any question or comment? This was an orientation class just to familiarize each other with the course. Tomorrow we'll get into the main studies. Any questions? Any comments? Any suggestions? Feel free, you can speak in the class. If you don't feel like speaking in the class, you can also send a WhatsApp message so that your question can be addressed in the next class. So all this
There
is...
was one point about confidentiality. Can you please elaborate that?
Suppose I shared a point and I could not understand my point nicely. So I shared some point in a wrong way. And my teacher corrected me, no, this was not the right thing. This particular shloka means this, or this particular purport means this. Now my friend became so enthusiastic. He goes around and tells that, Krishna Kishore is such a foolish person. He told like this in class. And teacher told like this. And his question was such a bogus question. So our classroom is like our closed family. Whatever we discuss here is within this classroom. We should not go out and just, tell people what mistakes people are doing. And that devotee, he is in movement since 20 years, but he can't recite this verse also properly. So this kind of backbiting and fault finding we should not do. That is the meaning of confidentiality. Our class is a closed family. Just like in family, we don't, pull legs of each other, we support each other. So like that, this classroom should be carrying that family spirit, as well as the feeling of confidentiality, that even if I make mistakes in front of this group will not defame me outside. So that is the main thing. Okay. But yes, you can glorify devotees outside. You can glorify them that yes, Varad Krishna Prabhu is such a genius, such a intelligent, such a scholarly devotee, that he understood such nice. And Vidur Prabhu shared this wonderful point. So many years I read Bhagavad Gita, but I could not understand this. When Vidur Prabhu spoke, I understood so nicely. So you can glorify devotees outside, that is allowed, but not backbiting. Okay. Hare Krishna.
I think there is a question here. Someone, Prabhu Vishal, that when can we have the recorded of the program of this session, each session?
So generally we share the recording the very next day. So you'll have the recording next day. But we suggest all devotees to come online on time together, because more than hearing, it's an activity. We come together, we do a lot of exercises, we churn out our thoughts like that. So we inspire devotees to come online and attend. Recordings you can use for referring again or making notes, or if you miss some part, you can again go back and check. So next day you get the recording of today's class mostly. So that facility will be there. Yes, Namrasita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, regarding the verses, when is the assessment for the verses? What is the date for the?
So I shared on the group. So
Yes.
for unit 1, let me just go back and check. For unit 1, shloka test is on 14th of February. So we have 3 weeks.
So many verses, Prabhu. How will
Don't
we
worry,
learn?
we will do it together. Don't worry. When we recite together, you will see it is becoming easier and easier. These verses will recognize you, they will make relationship with you, and they will never leave you. So it will be easy. Don't worry. Okay. And we'll also discuss how to memorize verses. We'll also discuss that. There's little techniques we can use them. Yes, Vaishnavi Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Is there any length for the assessment?
Is there any
length? I mean, the wording.
Yes. Only 700 words. 700 words means 1 page.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Word document. So we have to be very precise when we write like that. So we'll have a session, as I discussed. We'll have a separate session on how to write open book assignments. So there we'll discuss all these details. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, yes, Mataji, you want to say something?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know whether I will be able to memorize because of my age. I don't know. I feel like that.
Don't worry, Mataji. We'll do it together. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So we end it here. And
thank you very much.
See you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Hare
Srila
Krishna. Thank you
Prabhupada
so
ki
much.
jai.
Thank
Samaveta
you.
Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Hare Hare.